Welcome to our parenting course. Today we are going to look at communicating to your child. On average, most people speak about 16,000 words a day according to research. If translated in a book, it would give us a book of 300 pages a day. How many of these words would matter to our children? How many would make a difference to them? How can we make our words to count? Children test our patience, they get on our nerves, they irritate, they throw tantrums or fight often. Our reaction usually is to bark at them. Communication is not that way. It is willingness to share ideas, thoughts, feelings, emotions, to understand and being understood, accept and being accepted, to encourage and being encouraged. Most of us want to talk more than we listen. And even when we have listened, we often are too quick to reply. When our children are sharing with us something from their is your tone of voice, and 55% are the non-verbal words, the actions, your body language that people always watch. You could notice from our chat that the biggest message carried by the body is your body actions. It is always said, listen with all your body. Pick up the emotion, acknowledge your child's feeling, delay correction and gather more information. Try to see the situation through your child's eyes. Avoid shaming your child, rather focus on behavior. Encourage your child to think proactively about the situations and solution. Excessive talking, silences, monotone, big abstractive words, speaking for the other person, belittling others, changing the subject, all these will hinder communication. Sometimes people use nervous laughter, smiling when they are hurt, they avoid eye contact, they keep a poker face, suppressing anger, pretending to be asleep, busyness, watching too much TV to hide away from what is hurting, not paying attention and looking the other side are some of the hindrances to good communication. This block communication, when you talk too much, some people talk too little. How was your work today? Good. How were you treated? Good. And so people hinder communication because they talk too little. Talking too loudly can also hinder. People talk to an audience of 3, but with a loud voice of 5,000, that hinders communication. Criticizing, complaining, making general conclusions from small things, this hinder communication. A little boy was found screaming after a failed suicide attempt. He had found his parents arguing why they gave birth to him. It was a mistake to have this boy. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. You allowed this. And the boy overheard them and went to try to commit suicide because the words crushed him. Parents should be very careful with how they use words to their children. It is the counselor who rescued the situation by telling the boy that even Jesus was unwanted. He was born not ready for his surprise for his parents, and yet God had a mission for him. As a child matures, their peers become more important than you. A vital aspect of accepting and respecting your child is to accept and respect their friends. It's not going to help for you to say, why are you hanging out with friends like that? Can't you choose more decent friends like so and so? These words crush them. Understand that teenagehood is about making friends. Communicate well and find out those kind of friends that your child has chosen. Part of our task is to equip our children to cope with and live with true Christian values in a world that is bent over by sin. As we conclude our sharing, there is truth with love versus truth without love. For example, truth with love, you can say that soup was good, but it would be much better with wheat. Truth without love would say that soup was tasteless, just like your mom's. You're terrible at making a soup. Another good way of communication, someone can say, your hair looks awful. The better way to say it is that, I like your hair, but the other fashion stands out and brings out your eyes better. Another one says, you're so hopeless at math. I wonder whether you're going to work anywhere. The better way to say, I'm sorry, you're struggling with math. We can try to do it together. Express how you feel without accusation. Do not keep repeating what happened to people. Attack the action and spare the person. Avoid generalization. You are ever late. You are ever losing the keys. Avoid generalization. Avoid nicknames that may tear down the child's esteem, and avoid sarcastic language. Don't keep repeating what happened to people. Do not overdwell on the matter. Forgive. Freedom comes when you let go and let God. Thank you for listening.